Hey Leo, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, please do go ahead and check out the description box below where you're going to find links to my Facebook, my website address and my Instagram page to discover a little bit more about the work that I do as an intuitive energy healer and reader. Up on the YouTube channel, you're going to see fortnightly and monthly readings for all of the zodiacs. New and only on Instagram, you will see the quick reads, which are done each week to give each of the zodiacs an opportunity to do a quick check-in to see what energies may be influencing them, maybe at play in their lives. Now, just a bit of a recap on my intention with the channel. I connect into empaths, intuitives and sensitives, those that find themselves on the awakening path or journey. My intention with each of my readings, as is with my healings, is to integrate high consciousness. You know, if Ascension is about ascending out of old paradigms, old ways of thinking, believing and restricting ourselves, then perhaps we are always presented with opportunities to awaken to new versions of ourselves, the multidimensional aspects of ourselves and new ways of doing things, rather than remaining stuck in the past. So you'll hear me reference things like the 5 bodies that I work with in my healing work, my energy management techniques. I reference at times too that I do with classes, within my classes and also with clients. The intention behind all of my readings is healing, okay? It is about soul ascension healing is what I fondly refer to it as. And that simply is ascending into the relationship we have with our soul, integrating that into the everyday reality we find ourselves in. And as is the nature of a dream state in the subconscious, all of life, symbolism, synchronicity is cryptic, you know, and perhaps we can realize the clues and mysteries through all of that and find new ways of experiencing our everyday realities when we do delve into these other aspects of self rather than experience the everyday as perhaps an eat, sleep, repeat routine, which is what all empaths want to get away from, what we experience our awakenings from. We want to disconnect from the matrix and whatever the case may be. However, is it possible to still enjoy our now, our human self? We have chosen to incarnate here, we have chosen to experience this life, but what for? Okay, my love, sensitivity is your card, and you saw how much I shuffled. I literally am doing yours and Aries readings last. I do apologize. I am days behind with doing these 2 readings. I did want to get the fortnightly readings for all of the zodiacs out last week prior to the solar eclipse in Cancer and solstice. It was a big one. And look, the energy has been permeating coming up. We've got a lot of planets in retrograde. It's some serious deep assessment time, and the more that the collective is awakening, Leo, the more we have an opportunity to really all do everything differently, really. And as is the case of life and nature and the cosmos, everything is cyclical. You know, we don't truly ever miss out if we don't take up the opportunity to do that. This time around, we've always got other times in the timeline, okay? Sensitivity is your card. Maybe I'm connecting into a lot of Leos. I just suddenly felt deflated. Now, probably connecting into a lot of Leos that you guys just had a solar eclipse and the sun, you know, you guys are ruled by the sun. So we're eclipsing something. Maybe I'm connecting into Leos that are eclipsing anything that gets in the way of you feeling vitality. Maybe I'm connecting into Leos that are needing some downtime. But let's see what the tarot wants to say, my dear. There's endings here with the Justice card showing up, the 4 of Coins. Above this is the 3 of Pentacles, and in the past is the 9 of Cups. Below this is the Devil card. What's likely to happen next is the 8 of Swords. There's the Page of Cups. You've got the Chariot. You've also got the Hierophant. And you've got the 2 of Coins. Underneath everything is the Death card. There are endings here. There's a need to rest, retreat, pull back perhaps. Underneath everything is the Devil card at play. Rules, structures, foundations in which we've been told to live by. The Devil card is ruled by Capricorn. Maybe you are connecting into a Capricorn. Maybe you are connecting into a Libra. The Justice card rules karmic balancing. It rules separation, endings. There's an ending of a chapter here. And I do see that I'm connecting in it to Leos that are wanting to hang on to something of value. You want to hang on to remnants of something as you move and navigate through confusing and anxious times. This is quite literally being too much in our head, Leo, all right? As your sensitivity increases, perhaps I'm connecting into Leos that are becoming more and more sensitive to the awareness of their very energetic needs. The environments within which we work within, Leo, the connections we find in our lives that are either nurturing or they're depleting, okay? The routines that we live by, you know, there's many individuals that are awakening to whole new ways of being, doing, living, and loving thanks to this retrograde energy that's at play. I don't think I really did it with you guys, but at the beginning of all my readings, I do what I call a cosmic recap, okay? Because as above, so below. We have 6 planets in retrograde this month, and 5 I primarily focus on simply because it's only a 1 or 2 day difference as Venus leaves retrograde and Neptune enters retrograde on the 23rd, which is today. Neptune is illusions, disillusionment, bringing into our awareness, which is already the linking theme that the planets that are currently in retrograde have been offering. We've got Venus leaving retrograde in a couple of days. We've got Pluto in retrograde. We've got Saturn as well as Jupiter, and now Mercury is also in retrograde, okay? So it's a big one, guys, and the linking theme is, you know, when these planets are retrograding together, we're going back through the timeline. We're looking at deeper subconscious motives and desires, fears. We're looking at the ways in which we've been told to live, love, the boundaries in which society has given us, all the shoulds and can'ts, okay? How we've dealt with expansion, the opportunity for growth, thanks to Jupiter, and how much we're wanting, perhaps, to really rewrite the book when it comes to our own desires. Because as we ascend, as we connect into our past, we get to decide what works for me now might not. What worked for me back then might not work for me now. There's a depth of things here, Leo. Beliefs, ways of doing things. You can be as practical or as spiritual with that, as emotional, whatever the case may be, as you like. Like there's an ending here. You might be connecting into a Scorpio. This is an ending of the old. I'm definitely connecting into Leos that are having a hard time letting go of ways in which to function, be, connect, live, that are ultimately toxic for us. I'm hanging on to them, okay? I'm hanging on to something that is toxic for me. I'm connected to someone or something that is toxic for me. I am becoming aware, or I am deciding to separate it. But we're karmically addressing it in many ways, okay? This is the dropping of karmic timelines. So for the Leos that I'm connecting into, you guys have just recently felt the full force of the Cancer solar eclipse. Cancer is the mother. It is the cosmic mother. It is all things nurture and home. Anything connected to your home, loans, routines, how much you are or are not connecting into anyone and anything that feels like home, the connections in your life that do not nurture you. These are the themes that are at play in the retrogrades, and I do see here in the cards. I might be connecting into Leos that are addressing control issues, and there's a need to drop something here, you know, and control issues can apply within. It can also apply without in the connections we have and experience, okay? But all of life is a mirror, Leo. There's something here you're wanting to make a start on. There's something here you're wanting to desperately hold on to. However, it is toxic in some way or another, okay? There's awareness here of a need to separate from someone or something that is ultimately of a lower vibration. Okay, I'm going to say that above all this, where was the Devil card? Underneath all this. because above all this is the Three of Coins, and Three of Coins can be third-party energy. Take that however it resonates. You, me, and the other. Okay, so third-party situations within connections, third-party influences when I'm trying to connect to hubby or my wife, and I'm also spending too much time at work. Work then becomes a third-party energy. I'm wanting to connect with someone new, but my family or friends have an opinion on that. That is third-party energy. There's a third-party energy at play that is ultimately a toxic connection, or has a toxic connection to us, because we have a fear of letting it go. We have a fear of their opinions. We have a fear of not involving them in our lives in some way. Obviously, I've got something here that is a toxic connection to work. If it's getting in the way of my marriage, if I'm spending too much time there, there's a balancing needing. There's a separation that is needed on some level for the Leos that I'm connecting into. But I do see, out of fear perhaps, there are Leos that are holding on to this. Well, because it's the job that pays the mortgage, okay? It is, they're my family. I need to take their opinions. They've always been in my life, but this is the gift of the retrogrades. We're really retrograding out of old ways of doing, connecting, being, okay? This is also very strong stop-start energy when I see the 3 and then the 4 of coins, okay? I'm ascending, I'm growing, but there's a toxic connection, a toxic tie, an energetic tie to a belief, a person, a way of doing things that is ultimately toxic for growth. And that is what needs to be separated from, okay? In the past here, you got your 9 of Cups. There's a wish fulfillment. It can definitely be in relation to a new relationship. It can definitely be in relationship to winning that long-awaited job. But now the relationship with our job is becoming toxic to all others in our life, okay? The other important things in our life. A balancing is needed here, and I do feel in many ways I'm connecting to Leos that are anxious about this. So you're beginning to get in your head, okay, about how best to move forward. You will certainly finish June still feeling like you are juggling parts of yourself in one way or another, juggling 2 elements of your life in one way or another. But let's take a look further, because there's a very strong desire here for an ending, and I feel in many ways there does need to be an extension of a heartfelt expression, whether that is an apology, whether that is an authentic one-to-one conversation saying, hey, I've noticed this need, this is how I'm feeling, I don't quite have the solution yet, Leo, but this is what I want and why I'm doing it. I am feeling conflicted about how best to move forward, okay? There is an opportunity here then for a heartfelt extension. You might be receiving an apology. You might be having a heart-to-heart with someone of importance, okay? But this is essential so that forward movement can happen. I'm connecting into Leos that more than anything want desperate forward momentum, and we can rush into the future as much as we want. But if that chariot is still attached to all the weight of the past, the old routines, it's not going to feel as free. And that's what the binds that are being tied here. We're feeling tied to something, old beliefs, people, connections, false senses of responsibility, if you like. At the end of the day, Leo, we don't have to get a job. We choose to. We don't have to pay our mortgage. We choose to live in that home. And it comes with the weight of those consequences. We don't have to do a lot of things. We choose to. And it is more empowering, freeing to be in this energy of the chariot than it is to be in here. Feeling bound and tied. I feel stuck. And I sure as hell feel stuck and alone in this energy. To the point that these thoughts, the sword energy, the 8 of Swords, is unhealthy thought patterns and beliefs that aren't helping me grow. And if everything is about empowerment, growth, and forward momentum, which I see you desperately want here, it is about growth, okay? Hopes and fears. You've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant, you might be connected into a Cancer. It might be significant. This movement forward might be significant in July, okay? Right before your birthday season. The Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, okay? This is about spiritual principles, higher principles of the challenges that are at play. I do see they're very human 3D challenges that you're dealing with. but some higher principles are wanting to integrate so that you can authentically, genuinely move forward on your path, Leo. I do see there's a time here. There's an opportunity to really integrate something that's been perhaps permeating below the surface for you, whether it is your subconscious, whether it is your higher self trying to deliver messages, trying to help you integrate deeper wisdoms, okay? You might be connected into a Taurus. You end the month with the Two of Coins. There's an investment here of some level. There is a choice that needs to be made because you can still run the risk of feeling stuck in this same old. If we want genuine freedom, it may all come down to divine timing, that June is perhaps not the month for this authentic movement forward that you're wanting. Maybe it happens in July, okay? So this is about truly taking stock and becoming aware of everything that we need to separate from, the karma at play, the karmic balancing that is at play, how that affects us on the mental health levels, okay, when it comes to our thought body. Because in the Eight of Swords energy, that only escalates into the 9 and then the 10, which becomes completely unhealthy, okay? We're not using our mind as a mastery tool, it's becoming an enemy. It is an enemy in this energy. So that's the energy you're walking into. So it's about asking yourself how your thoughts are either healthy for you or not, and what need to be separated from in that regard. Your thoughts on this matter, your thoughts on how much you should invest, your thoughts on whether an apology should be extended, your genuine thoughts on how much you want to move forward and accept the spiritual wisdoms and integrations, the lessons that you have been learning in many ways. This might go back as far as 3 to 4 years. There's an upward energy here though, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sacral chakra, heart chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, and heart chakra. In order to have this heartfelt expression, this heart activation, this heart chakra activation, we really have to get to the sacral chakra where we hold our emotions, Leo. It is where we are blocked creatively. So if you're feeling those creative blocks, it is about addressing this deeper need to drop this third-party influencing energy that's been at play for quite a while, control energy that's been at play for quite a while, and more importantly, how that affects us, how we feel about that, why we're too afraid to disconnect, why we feel bound. Okay, these are the questions that are at play because karmic lines are dropping, karmic timelines are dropping, Leo, okay? Karmic timelines are dropping, and they will. It's almost like destiny is at work here to completely eradicate this energy that I'm sensing when I look at all of these cards, Leo. Sorry, I had to sort my dogs out. Okay. I'm looking at this combined energy, and it's almost like karma is at play here. There is a desire to disconnect. There is a need, or it is now time to release. Okay? Because in the past, I'm looking at this 9 of Cups energy like this. The 9 of Cups is our wish fulfillment. Our wishes were fulfilled on some level. There's a smugness to this energy though. Someone, you or another, is feeling quite satisfied with some endings or the way things ended, or the way, because 9 is the number of closure, you know, or you were quite satisfied in your emotional body. Take the thing, take it however it resonates, okay? But then we find ourselves now smack bang. So it's almost like I'm connecting into someone that they thought they got what they wanted. Quickly, very soon realize that it's not. Whether you secured a job that wasn't quite right for you, whether you secured or a situation eventuated, panned out in your life in one way or another, and you were quite content and happy and felt justified in your smugness with the way it panned out. It felt like a beginning of some sort, but then there's still this influencing energy, Leo, okay? You're becoming aware of the deeper subconscious energies within you that perhaps are even drawing forth certain situations, relationship dynamics, okay, patterning, or whatever the case may be. And it is about control, the ways in which others control us, the ways in which we control others, the way in which we connect into control energy as a safety mechanism. So we always know what's going on. I need to know what's going on, so I'm always prepared just in case. That's what I'm feeling here, because I can't see how empowered I truly am. Like, she could really, if she didn't have that blindfold, she could use her hands to perhaps even cut one of those ropes. The situation has gotten to a point now, Leo, where you have gone too far. You're deeply invested in some way that you feel like there's no way to genuinely have this freeing beginning, because you end this month still juggling, okay? But that's not to say there isn't a deeper desire to truly travel forward spiritually clear and aware, free of karma, free of karmic influences, okay? So take that however it resonates, whether that is dynamics and connections in your life. You know, sometimes, Leo, we're still connected. We're still connected to, like, connections that because, you know, children were birthed in them, or whatever the case may be. Or we're noticing patterning in our friend circles as well as family circles and relationship circles, where there's this common control energy on some level, is what I want to say. There's a karmic dropping here, though, Leo. Like, there's the biggest opportunity, and I see here there's a very big risk of you doing some cha-cha and not fully integrating this wisdom, but it wants to be dropped. It wants to be dropped. And it's almost like, you know, with the number 8, it's almost infinite in its wisdom of what it's tried to deliver you to. Like I said, chakra 2, 3, 4, okay? This is about heart awakening, heart activations, really working with your creative body, your sacral chakra, your sensuality, how you block creative expression. And it's very much accompanied with the cups energy, okay? The emotional body, which then empowers us, which is our 3rd chakra, our solar plexus, which is ruled by the sun. It is our life force, our vitality, our confidence. You know, when I look at this energy, I'm not feeling close to confident, but I'm wanting it. See this, the Chariot card? It's wanting that light of the sun energy back that I used to have. Maybe some Leos have found themselves in a routine, perhaps. A commitment, a stage, a plateau is what I'm feeling here. I want to get to that next stage of my journey, my life, this relationship, but finding myself in the same old karmic roadblocks, okay? And underneath all this is a very scorpionic influence at play when the death card shows up. This is death and rebirth. This is the phoenix rising, you know. Maybe this energy on some level kicked off in Scorpio season, which takes us back to November last year. There's an ending here so that you can begin again and make a new commitment. My lovely Leos, you know, the 4 of Wands shows up. It's an awakening card. It's a marriage card. It's the 2 eyes, the 2 arms, the 4 walls. I want to call home. This is about coming home to peace. You know, even that number, you know, with the recent Cancer solar eclipse, Cancer rules the 4th house. We come home to ourselves there. It is about nurture. It is about being mothered. It is about how we mother ourselves based on what we were shown, how we mother others. There's a desire within the Leo collective that I'm picking up on for a death of the old way in some regards, and a strong and steady, firm commitment when it comes to this 4 of Wands energy. You know, you could very well be wanting to make a commitment if this is a new relationship on some level, taking a commitment to the next level, committing to your path and purpose, journey, experiences ahead in a whole new way, and more importantly, in a thorough and more authentic way, thanks to that 9 of Coins energy. You're wanting to bring forward and manifest a change and a beginning that is tangible. Okay, I'm going to tell you my interpretation of this, Leo. For Leos that are embarking on a new experience in love and relationships, there's something new here. You're wanting something new, okay? You are still connected in it to the ties and the binds of the past. You know, old fears. We're still connected to the memories of the past and the way in which we were betrayed, the way in which we were controlled, the way in which we felt stuck in commitment, okay? There's a karmic ending here. A separation has to happen, and that can be quite realistic as far as a divorce, separating from toxic individuals, or relationships that have eventually turned toxic and controlling, that really induced anxiety and fear with us, you know, having only a little bit to take with us, but we're taking that wisdom with us, okay? So in relationship to relationships, there's definitely an ending here with some Leos, but what will quickly happen, okay, there might have been discoveries and information about third-party energy that someone was juggling. There's an ending here, okay? There's an apology that may need to be extended, or someone is desiring a heartfelt expression on some level. This might be your past story, okay? This can also be a heartfelt expression, communication, receiving something from the heart, which means like, hey, I like you, I see you, I would like to see you more. Whatever the case is, you might be connected into a Cancer or a Taurus. Those seasons might be relevant. Taurus season was, goodness, when was it? April into May, and then Cancer season is now towards the end of July. There's communications and heartfelt expressions here, okay? If you're in a existing connection, this is about releasing a third-party energy as well, okay, as I've explained already, but is a toxic one. So that could also, outside of it being people, the influences of family, friends, whatever the case may be, connections outside of the marriage. It is also a release of the connection we have to anything that is influencing the connection. So that my relationship with my job, if I'm overly attached to it, you know, it needs to end in order to get this new beginning and this refresh in love, this refresh in the connection, to understand the higher principles that have been navigating my journey, so that I can really embrace the energy of an end. There's something that really wants to end here, Leo. And there is no juggling it. Like, I do feel that I'm going to be connecting into a lot of Leos that will still be finding themselves juggling, investing, holding on to things until the end of this month, perhaps even into July. But it will only continue to grow bigger in your awareness about how much it needs to go for like this karmic balancing to happen. Okay? Because what you're ultimately wanting is to manifest and bring forward this new beginning, a reignition in an existing marriage, okay, a recommitment to path, a new job, a new financial opportunity, a new relationship that is of the marriage type, okay? This is an engagement. This isn't just dating. This is a solid offer here that is interested in the long term, that will lead to the Four of Wands energy, which is your marriage card. Okay, I'm connecting into a lot of Leos that are wanting a strong sense of stability when it comes to the ground you walk on. I know exactly who I am, what I want. I've got a very clear run that I can actually gallop if I want. That I don't feel like I have to be in this closed off energy of just holding on to the tiny bits of valuable and feeling like I'm never really certain, and feeling almost toxically tied down to things that must end, and always find myself juggling, reacting instead of responding to life. I'm putting out fires rather than proactively navigating my path. Yeah, apply that to however it resonates. It might apply to your day-to-day routine. It might apply to your job. It might apply to your relationships and the way you've experienced love and relationships. These are the navigating retrogrades that are at play, Leo. You know, we're all really doing a cosmic recap when it comes to the energies at play. There's something here that you have perhaps comfortably been at an impasse over. You know you've had to make a choice on some level. The last 2 years are at play. And the next 2 years can be completely different if you so choose, this thorough, deep assessment. And what I do want to say, Leo, is when we look in the mirror, when life is mirroring us an experience, okay? Why does this happen? What is it teaching me on deeper levels about what I need to integrate as far as wisdom? Okay? I'm connecting into Leos that know that this situation, this connection, this experience can go either way, because you're still juggling. There's still this duality of the two energy, okay? It can go either way, but the new moon in Cancer is significant and is almost even inviting you to actively participate in this. But I'm feeling there's this hesitation. You might even just be going with your day-to-day experience and not really actively doing anything until July, until Cancer season is in full swing, because we're now in the first decan of it. It's only just beginning at this new moon energy. And just as much as we sense and want the new, it's early days when it comes to new, okay, is what I'm feeling. We're being held back, but you will soon see the manifestation of your intentions. There's this magician energy that has now called forward this change in your environment, change in your dynamics, change in your circumstances, your emotions, your feelings, your ideas about the best way forward, okay? Like you're going to see manifestation of your intentions that were originally developed in the Two of Wands energy. And there's a coming together here, and it's something worth celebrating. All right, but for now, I feel like I'm connecting into a lot of Leos that are holding back and pushing it away on some level, okay? You know it's there, you know it's time, but instead of embracing it as an opportunity to do a clean slate, start again, you're going to be chart-charting, I think, for the next 2 weeks of June, or for the final 2 weeks of June, I should say. But it's about working with this Jupiter energy, okay? The Wheel of Fortune encourages us because it tells us that things and life is set to change, for better or worse, okay? It is about a refresh of energy. It's the Jupiterian energy that invites us into expansion and being conscious that we can expand already what is there, or create more of the little we have, okay? Watch this expansion energy enter your life and watch how that permeates right through till October. I'm working with that 10 energy. More importantly, wow, Leo, holy dooly. Look what's straight after each other. And here's another celebration, recognition, and marriage card. Okay, I'm specifically connecting and talking to Leos that need to inherently release deep emotion patterns, ways in which they are imbalanced and not good for the connection, not good for self, not good for your perceptions and beliefs about love and connectivity. We're healing the mother-father wound. We're healing the wounds created by marriage and marriage-like commitments in our lives. I'm walking into marriage here, but I'm very hesitant because of my experience in the past. That's what I'm picking up on, Leo. Okay, take it however it resonates, but I'm connecting into a lot of Leos here that are recognizing the divine balance of masculine and feminine energies in their life that we need to recognize so that we can truly create change and embrace the opportunity to grow here. This is growth, this is manifestation energy. 9 months from now, by October, by September, October, okay, or 9 months from now. March and April was significant. June is significant for this next level of your thing, your relationship, commitment, your journey, your passion project, your relationship with your career. Take it however it resonates. Last October was significant as far as the kicking off of lessons or the raising of awareness. I can keep going. This is about you increasing your sensitivity, your awareness of your psychic self, okay? Your sensitivity to your environments, the connections in your life, how you've perhaps even desensitized to protect that Leonian nature, and how you haven't allowed it to shine to its fullest vitality. Because the focus here is on the throat chakra and also the third eye chakra. There's a lot of communication wanting to be expressed from a place of love. There's a new way in which to communicate, to express our emotional center. See that? The heart, the rose. There's a blossom here when it comes to the throat chakra and the expressions of love because of that heart chakra upgrade I mentioned with the second, third, and fourth chakras. Yeah, wow, I can keep going. I love how the messages are so cryptic. Okay, my lovely Leos, I'm going to finish with an Oracle of the Unicorns card to wrap up your themes for the final 2 weeks of June. Like I said, take it however it resonates. Where you find yourself on the timeline is when you're meant to hear this message. Underneath this is Goddess. Goddess. I need to read that to you. Honor your divine feminine energy, Leo. See your inner beauty and love every part of you. Take a look at that. I'm going to leave that here so you can really connect into her energy and the energy of the card. How beautiful. Yeah, maybe you'll notice butterflies as gentle reminders of that energy. But the card that jumped out, prosperity, holy dooly. A gift of money is on its way, Leo. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. But first, there is an ending. There's an ending to an old life, an old cycle. Okay, your abundance, what you are manifesting, what you are celebrating, this new job. It's beautiful wish fulfillment energy, but I do feel this stuck energy that I'm in at the moment. I'm waiting and seeing, I'm needing to release. But when you do that, okay, watch the flood of changes. Like July, August feels really strong in this read. Okay, my lovely Leos, prosperity. What a great way to end your reading. You are the goddess and you are prosperous. I see you've been on a karmic dropping cycle here, a healing, a letting go, so that this new can develop. All right, my loves, I hope that resonated. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. Let your empath friends know where to find the channel. And as I said, for the quick reads, which are the quick energy check-ins, the 3-minute videos, you need to go and head over to the Instagram page where you will find them each week, released on a Monday. This week's is already out. Next week's will come. Other than that, Leo, I'll see you in July for your fortnightly and monthly readings. Enjoy the final 2 weeks of June. Namaste.